time on getting reelected. Joining us now, the gentleman running against Congressman Grayson for that Florida's 8th district seat, State Representative Kurt Kelly. Thanks for joining us. Boy, you could go through Grayson's highlight reel and it goes on and on and on, but you have a problem with this DVD that he put together. He spent $73,000 putting together a DVD of these comments? Is that what it's all about?
No, he didn't put those comments on there. What he went is he took the best of Alan Grayson. I didn't think it would be more than about a 10-second clip, but he took the best of Alan Grayson and put it out there. It's a political puff piece is really what it was, and he sent it out across the district. And what's interesting is the way he did it is he waited till the very last week before the blackout week and sent it out there. This was absolutely strategic on his part to let the taxpayers pay for his political puff piece. And he, on the other hand, wouldn't even stand up and support our troops and help fund them.
How did he not do that, sir? Go ahead. How did he not?
He actually missed the vote. He took a walk on the vote to actually to provide the supplemental funding for our soldiers, and he put our soldiers and our men and women in the military in harm's way. And in fact, maybe he wants them to die.
So how did he justify? Hold on, Alan, we'll get to you in a second. But how did he justify spending all this money on a DVD? Has this ever been done before?
Well, I think that he's just using it. He's saying it's franking rights, and he's going to try to get it and push right up against the law as much as he possibly can. He said that he's tried to have it validated. We're actually looking into it. We're going to have the ethics folks take a look at it.
Representative Kelly, I got to tell you something, sir. I hope my cameras can grab this. Maybe we can get one of these side shots. But I have books here. I have books here showing congressional spending. Here's 3 really, really thick books for the Congress, and here's 2 for the Senate. For 1 quarter. That's just a quarter of the year, and it goes on and on. It shows you. The bottom line is these representatives are spending upwards of $1.5 million per congressman per year on stuff called franking rights, which I guess are sending out mailings trying to get yourself reelected. Is that right?
Well, that's what it looks like. I mean, I don't mind them having a contemporary conversation with their citizens about issues that they're talking with or specific issues they're dealing with. But when it seems to be overtly political, I mean, if you read the front
What's wrong with being overtly political? I'm not sure that's a problem.
Well, you mean campaigning with taxpayers' money like this? Yeah, well, I have a problem with that.
Honestly, I think that's what these books represent. I mean, that's what they're doing. Hang in there. I'm going to bring Alan in here. Alan,
did he just say that you believe that Alan Grayson wants the troops to die? Do you really believe that?
Well, let me put it this way.
You think he wants the troops to die, sir?
I'll tell you what, his actions sure put them in harm's way.
That's quite a charge. I don't know what Alan Grayson wants American troops to die. You really believe that?
You know what? If you put your troops in harm's way, you send them over to protect us, and you put our troops in harm's way, and he's not willing to stand up and protect them and provide for them.
So let me ask you this: so did everybody who voted against spending this $37 billion, who felt that we shouldn't have to go and spend like Dennis Kucinich and spend this extra money, that every one of those congresspeople, are they all guilty of wanting our troops to die?
Let me put it to you quite this way. I believe that if we're going to send our troops over there, we give them the support they need so we can have that victory that we're going for.
Victory. Tell us what victory is. Nobody defined what victory is. But I can't believe that you would make such an outrageous statement that because we don't want to have to keep throwing money into this hole of this war without a clearly defined mission, that if you don't vote a certain way, you hate the troops and want them to die. That's shameful, sir.
No, it's not shameful. It's quite frankly what Alan Grayson is doing is shameful.
That's absolutely a shameful statement.
No, it's not, because he's the one that said the Republicans want you to die and die quickly. That's shameful. Quite frankly, I'm here to protect our military, and I'm very upset that he would take a walk on a vote like this and not stand for our military.
And you're not being overtly political, something you accuse him. You're making an overtly political statement in a desperate campaign to try to replace Grayson, making this kind of outrageous charge.
No, I am running against Alan Grayson. I have every intention of beating him because he doesn't represent our district.
All right, let me we actually contacted Alan Grayson. At one point he was going to be on the show, but he had a vote he had to get to. Here's his statement, quote, "The people of Central Florida have a right to see what we are doing in Washington, D.C., whether or not the media chooses to air it. That's what this mailing accomplishes." Last word, Representative Kelly, how do you respond to that?
Well, I think that he waited till the very last second to put this out up until the blackout date, and I think he made it like he said he's working hard for you and all of that other stuff. What he ought to do is, like the Orlando Sentinel called for him, to reimburse that money, and he should use his own political money to put out his own political mailings.
Representative Kelly, will you come back if we can contact Grayson and have him on maybe sometime next week?
Let's do it.
All right, let's do that. All right, thank you very much, sir. All right, up next, Geraldo Rivera on Charlie Rangel's spending habits.